Beautiful day today. Trail of the Coeur Lanes. We're about mile 12 or so on our way to Mullan, and then we're going to backtrack from Mullan, which will be about 70 miles down trail, back to a campsite and put in about 100 today. At least that's the goal. I've never put that much weight on my bike before, so we'll see how it holds up. 4 years I've been on the saddle of that bike, put almost 10,000 miles on it, and I've enjoyed it. I really have. You hear that chirping? That's the call of a bald eagle. And you thought it was more majestic. Huh. Let's see if I can find it. Well, she stopped calling, so I can't find her. We just left Harrison. That's the way we come from. Well, she's calling again. There she goes. She's right up there. I don't know if you can see her against those clouds. Maybe she'll come back. There they are. All right, time to go. On your left. Me again. Hello. Well, we made it. Well, to the campground. We're by no means at the end of the trail. We're about 42 or 43 miles, and then we'll come back here for tonight to stay. I wanted to get a campsite tonight so I didn't have to deal with the possibility of not having one. It's a Monday, so how many people are going to be out camping in breezy May in Idaho on a Monday night? Who knows, right? So I wanted to make sure I got a spot, and I did. So I'm gonna have myself a little bit of lunch, and then we're gonna mosey down the road, get up to Mullan, and then go from there. It's about 50 degrees out here. Wind is blowing. I'm gonna get my windbreaker on so I don't get myself chilled. So I'm gonna make some lunch. There's a few things that I think I would change on this trip, and one of them is having some water accessible. I've got a 3-liter bladder down here in my frame bag, and it's pretty okie dokie, I will have to say, but how do I get that water out to cook with? And then I have my jet bowl, and I like this jet bowl. I've also got a Trangia that I brought with me. I like to cook when I'm out and about, and I like good food when I'm out and about. These things are important to me, so I have 2 stoves. Some of y'all are gonna be like, not doing that, and that's fine. But I sure enough like it, I tell you what. So I'm gonna go over here to one of these faucets and fill up. This has been one of my favorite little stoves out there. It's the one where I can make coffee with it. And that's what makes me most excited about this little stove, is the fact that I can make coffee, because I sure enough love me some coffee. The reason I brought two stoves was mainly because that Trangia, it's an alcohol stove. It has some great promises, and I'm looking forward to using it, but I haven't used it yet. So I was a little skeptical of just relying on that one stove for all my cooking, especially stopping for lunch. There's one thing that I knew that I was going to do is want to have myself some lunch. And I didn't want it to be too complicated. Now we wait. There's a couple that I passed along the way. Interesting couple. They're on their way to Regis, Montana. Been there, done that. Told them to go ahead and hit the Hiawatha. They don't know if they're going to hit the Hiawatha. I said, why not hit the Hiawatha? The only thing I can think of is the Hiawatha's gate or the door to the tunnel is closed, but I don't know. I told them when you get to Wallace, check it out and see. So I'm not going to push it that far on this trip. Going to go up to Mullan, do a U-turn today, right back here this evening. There's that couple way ahead of me. I guess they passed me up while I was sitting for lunch. Huh. Once again, I come out here and I forget to bring my Christmas tree ornament. One of these days I'm going to remember. I stopped for lunch. How y'all? I'll pass after this intersection. Yep, yep. How y'all doing? Good. All right. Coming on your left. Y'all have a good ride. Yep. Have a good ride. So we're in Mullan. At this point, we're going to turn around and head back. We're at about 72.9 miles, and I'm going to head back down. It's about 10 miles downhill from here. And thank goodness, because I think the breeze is changing. I think we're picking up an afternoon wind, and it's going to be blowing in my face for the next 30 miles to get back to camp. We're going to stop off at the Walmart in Smelterville to get some groceries for tonight's meal. It is 4:30, and I'm hoping by about 7:30 we'll be at camp. I'm hoping. Anyways, we'll see. Other than that, we're about ready to get down that road. Here we go. So we got a change of plans. I'm here in Kellogg, and I'm about to find a Yokes. I didn't realize there was a Yokes in Kellogg, so I'm fixing to go to Yokes. I'd rather go to Yokes than go to Walmart any day. Probably have some better beer, if you know what I'm saying. So that's where we're heading right now. There's the Walmart I was going to stop at. You okay? You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Alright.
Loki, come here.
Oh, he's okay. He's okay.
I was just trying to make sure he didn't go out.
No, you good. You good. I appreciate you. Sorry you got crashed. Well, there's my 100. Perfect. I'm gonna ride on to the campground, and I'll see you in a bit. Probably another 4 more miles. Now, I've never cooked on a Trangia. I've never cooked on an alcohol stove before. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. This little stove comes highly rated. It's bulky, it's big, it's a little heavy, but highly rated nonetheless. Got a little flame going there. Let's see how it does. This little alcohol stove does a pretty good job. Look at this. Pretty good fire. Yeah, it gets pretty hot. Tell you what, that looks good. Steak, pepper, and mushrooms. Most excellent. Cooked on that little Trangia. This Durston tent has got a lot of room. Let me see if I can get myself zipped up in here, because I'm kind of cold. Kind of cold indeed. I didn't do a very good pitching of this tent. Not a very good one at all, but it's up for the night. And thank goodness there's no wind. I need to practice a little bit more pitching this tent. See if I can get better at it. I'm going to bed, y'all. Sleep well.
Good morning.
There's about 11 miles left. You can see, oh my gracious, the wind is really beating me in my face. You can see the bridge back in the distance. Once I cross that, I get back up into the woods, but I got to go over that hill. Hopefully the wind will be off of me as I climb through those trees on my way to Plummer.